Hello, hello, hello. Hello, Sid. Hello, Clofi. Welcome into both of you. How are we doing today? How are you? Tell me something nice about your day while I do things on my phone. Give me a second. I realized I forgot. Don't disturb mode, please. Thank you. There we go. How are we? Me personally, I'm tired. I think you will be able to tell today. I'm very sleepy. Went to see the Mario movie this morning. Was alright. Ooh, I've been thinking about going to see it too. Ooh. I'm like, have I even seen the first one? Yes, I have. We watched it with my brother. But I'm glad you enjoyed it. I assume. I assume alright means enjoyment. Whoa. It looks fun. Hold on, I need some water also. Whoa. Yeah, sorry in advance. I am really sleepy today, and I don't really know why. I've taken so many naps within the span of 2 days. I don't know what's up with me. just sleepy. Oh my god. Guess I have no life as well. Thank you for the 35 stream streak. Oh my god. That's a lot of streams. What are you doing? I mean, I appreciate it, but... Thank you, though. I appreciate it very much. Wowie. So dedicated. Oh my god, what did I do? Don't do that. Don't do that. Doing nuts, I'm definitely exhausted. Sorry to hear. Oh god, I'm sorry to hear that as well. Wow. I accidentally full screened the game, but it's okay now. Let's go. You're right. I think so. We're doing things. Just woke up from nappies as well. Oh my god, we're all sleepy and tired and exhausted. It's okay. We could just have a chill Sunday. Wow, I hope you had a good nap though. I don't remember what I've looked at already here. I assume I've looked at most things. Can I use my gun? For something, I don't know. Have I looked at everything? Hesitate for a moment, considering whether or not you should pick up the files in front of you. It would result in disciplinary action. That's definitely how you pronounce that. I'm pretty sure I read this right. Pretty sure. Hold on, I'm sorry, I'm skimming. I'm trying to see if this sounds familiar or not. I'd say the movie critics are correct, but definitely try too hard to sell it as a bad movie. Oh, I see. I haven't seen any reviews or anything about it, so I don't know. But you know, stream will motivate me also. Good. Oh, that's good at least. Hell yeah. Visually beautiful though, that's for sure. That is enough for me. I think a video game movie is good as long as it just makes you feel nostalgic and fun. I think that's enough. It doesn't necessarily have to be a good movie. Let me see. Oh yeah, it's nostalgia of the movie. Yeah, exactly. That's what it's supposed to be, I think. So that's good. Maybe I will go see it. I definitely read this, by the way. No one to talk to. No shit. Let me go look around. I definitely remember what we did last time. It's fine. Go back over here. Is there anything else that I could perhaps look at? You exhale slowly as you look at the door to the O'Brien's fire control. On the gun dog, Dylan had his music to keep him occupied. However, was assigned to the station on the O'Brien probably wasn't so lucky. With this thought in mind, you carry out the process of hammering on the door, resting your helmet on it, and then giving it another go after getting a nothing but silence in turn. Oh man, played around with the corpses. Yeah, I remember that part. I don't remember anything else. No useful information, just the corpses. After a few attempts where you hear nothing coming from the room beyond, you step back, mentally crossing this room for your list of potential safe havens. Okay. I'm like, did I look at any of these? I feel like I probably looked at most of these, right? Yeah, okay. Let's go back over here. I guess we should go to the bridge. I guess. Oh god. Can I look at the map somewhere? Oh, no, I can't. Please contact your system administrator. I don't think they're alive necessarily, but that's fine. Let's go to the bridge. As you make your way up the ladder towards the bridge, you find your progress slowed by the bulk of your spacesuit as it catches against various protrusions that stand out from the walls of the shaft. Despite having to stop multiple times to free yourself from these obstacles, you eventually see the faint outline of the entrance to the bridge above you. I feel like I'm reading very fast. Clearing the remaining distance without incident, you step out from the hatch and onto the bridge. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. The absence of any signs of depressurization when you removed the panel in the central hub, as well as what you'd seen in the sickbay, had prepared you for what you knew were about to see. Knowing you were about to see it, however, did not make it any easier. At the station on the left, you see the slumped figure of a young man. From his uniform and general appearance, you recognize him as Lieutenant Bashir, the officer that Cassie had been speaking to moments before the power went out on the Gundog. Serves him right for flirting with my girlfriend, I guess. Unlike when he'd appeared on one of the Gundog's view screens, the man you saw now had clearly suffered what looked like either a small explosion or a massive electrical shock. Oh man, yeah! Karma serves him right for being French. That too, I guess. Oh man. The front of his uniform was at its best singed and it was completely charred, as was the skin of his hands and face. What the hell happened to him? You grimaced at the thought of what could have happened as you turned your attention to the captain's chair. There, slouching to the right, was the ship's captain, a rictus smile on his face, having seemingly suffered a similar fate. What the hell does rictus mean? I've never heard this word in my life. Uh-oh. Whatever had happened to these two, it looked like something entirely different to what had happened to the doctor in the sickbay. What is happening to my voice? Oh god, I'm dying in the spaceship. Hold on, some water. Maybe that'll help. No, it didn't help at all. Oh my god. It's all the napping. Hold on. Ugh. Nasty. Okay. Rictus, but the phonetic sound, huh? Is my brain too tired to understand? That's good. You're welcome for the really nasty coughing. I don't know if the mic even picked that much of it. Right. Although she'd clearly been injured by something or someone, the cause of death for these two looked much more obvious. Although the question remained, how? I don't know. Oh god, I just only noticed this guy. Whoa, jeez. You paused for a moment. You'd almost put your hand down the headrest of the captain's chair, but you quickly move it away. If something had electrocuted these two, then... Hey, Hansen. Pretty grim, right? Wah! You almost fall backwards in surprise as Hansen's voice sounds suddenly from your helmet speakers, and he appears on the far side of the bridge, having emerged from underneath the control station on the right. I will not explain. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. I guess we'll never know. Easy, Lieutenant. It's just me. What, never seen what a fried human looks like? No, I can't say I have. You take a deep breath in and exhale, catching the breath that Hansen had just scared out of you. Damn it. What the hell were you doing hiding underneath there? Following orders, Lieutenant. Remember? The plan? No, I don't remember, actually. Can you remind me? Hansen lazily waves the folder you'd passed on to him at you. Wait, these guys look like they've been electrocuted. Based on where they are, did you check? Loosen up, Lieutenant. Power's not on. What's there to check for? You can't help but be amazed at Hansen's cavalier attitude towards the risk of a painful death via electrocution. We even killed them. Oh god, fuck. Maybe I'm the bad guy. Who knows? It could be a plot twist. Alright, how's retrieving the black box going? Not bad. I've managed to get most of the casing undone, but there's a lot going on in there, and this suit doesn't make it easy. What about you? Find anyone? Yeah, dead people. Yeah, that's about it. You turn to look at the captain and Lieutenant Bashir for a moment before looking back at Hansen. I checked the sickbay and found the ship's doctor. She's dead too. Aside from her, these two are the only crew members I've managed to confirm. It's not looking good. Guess that keeps things simple. No survivors. We get this box, then we get out of here. Wah! What are you scared about now? What? You want to hang around here a bit longer? Oh yeah, there was knocking in the other place, right? This was a whole crew, Hansen. Some might still be alive. Guess you'd better get looking and find them, huh, Lieutenant? Wah! I love the constant shock. Ease up, Lieutenant. I can say this is from what? I can say this from experience. If everyone's dead, there's no use wishing they weren't. It's not gonna bring them back. If you're gonna find them, you should get moving. Probably not much air left anywhere in the ship, even if they're even if they're lucky. I'm speaking way too fast, and I don't know why. With another shrug, Hansen walks away from you, heading back to the control station he was hidden under when you entered. Let me know when we're leaving, though. All right, Lieutenant? No, I'm leaving you here. Didn't you look at the plan? It's in the folder. Hansen gets left behind. That's what I wrote in there. Look at the captain. Trying to speedrun the stream. Oh, God. I'm just trying to speedrun the story so we get as much content in the stream as possible. You circle the captain's chair, looking for anything that could tell you what had gone on when you lost contact. Okay. Contact. Instead, all you see is the stiff body of the ship's captain slumped to the side and his hands tightly gripping the armrests. As you get closer to him, you see signs that whatever had happened to Lieutenant Bashir had also happened to him. Burns cover where his skin rests on the metal of the chair, and the back of his uniform shows scorch marks. Contact, yes. Multilingual. Rest in peace, Captain. This was a French guy, right? Gerard. Something like that. Hey, dude. On the left-hand side of the bridge, you see the station used for ship management and communications. You knew that this is where Lieutenant Bashir would have been when Cassie spoke to him moments before the blackout. Like the rest of the bridge, you could see that every system was offline, nothing more than rows of dead screens and useless plastic and metal. Mindful of not disturbing the lieutenant's body, you examine the area to see if you can tell what could have caused his current condition. With no signs of damage, you rule out an explosion or catastrophic malfunction, leaving you to assume that he must have somehow received a massive electrical shock. It's my gun! My god. What could have possibly caused something like that? I don't know. Maybe they had like a what's the word? Showdown. That's not whatever. You know what I mean. They both had guns. They shot each other. I don't know why. I guess we'll figure that out. Duel, thank you. That's a better word. As you look over the bridge for any clue that may help you solve that with the what? What happened on board the O'Brien? Your gaze is caught by the view of space through the main window. You knew that one of those lights was the gun dog, the sole reassuring thought you had the entire time you'd been here, but what else was out there? What had happened didn't look like any attack that you'd ever seen, but what could have possibly happened with the O'Brien to cause all this? Looking out in space won't help me figure this out. I'm like talking too fast and my brain doesn't like my brain can't keep up. That's why sometimes it just the sentence just falls apart. On the right-hand side of the bridge, you see the station used to control the ship. Unlike Lieutenant Bashir's station, it didn't look like anyone else was there when whatever had gone on here happened. Instead, you can see Hansen underneath it. Why is he still underneath there? You hear the occasional mutter and grumble over your radio as he struggles to remove the parts needed to allow him access to the O'Brien's black box. Oh, right, okay, it's under there. I thought he was just hiding for fun. I know that feel. I read stuff and then I'm prepared to respond to it. Yeah, I feel that too. The brain isn't as fast as the rest of the body. Better just leave him to it. Yeah, have fun over there. Can I can I use the dead bodies again? Hansen, what are you doing up there? Under there. Hansen seems to be hard at work under the station. Should probably leave him alone. I don't think he'd appreciate my help even if he needed it. I really want to like call out to him so he smacks his head on the table. Like the underside of it. Alright, how about you, Captain? Despite already having Dr. De Boer's keycard, you still need a keycard belonging to someone in the bridge crew if you were to have any chance at accessing the central computer to reactivate the O'Brien. There'd be no better card to accomplish this than the Captain's. As you walk around to the front of the Captain's chair, you shudder. The shock that must have killed him had left his hands clasping the armrests like talons. His face is gone and his eyes open wide. Together with how the corners of his mouth had drawn back as far as they would go into a horrendous grin, the whole expression was unnerving, as if he'd been killed by some fatal but hilarious joke. That's terrifying. I hate that. You know what you need to do, and although it's a practical necessity, something about it feels wrong. Sorry about this, Captain. Close up? No, I don't want to close up. Let's not look at his face. You pat the captain down but find no indication that he's carrying his keycard in his pockets. Well, shit. As you stand back for a moment, trying to think if there's anywhere he may have left it, your eyes are drawn to the hand tightly clenching the armrest, which also doubles as a control panel. Remember having seen Captain Bartholomew insert her keycard into the equivalent panel on the Gundog on occasion to unlock certain functions. A grim wave of realization hits you as you think that if the card wasn't on the captain, the control panel is the most likely place it would be. The only issue with that was I'm not gonna say his name, it's annoying. Captain's death grave was covering the slot for the keycard. Damn. With a knot in your stomach, you lay your hand on the captain's, oh my god, hand holding with a dead body? Damn. Yeah, hand holding, apparently. Shiver runs down your spine. You're just starting to squeeze your fingers underneath his palm and start pulling when, as you look down, you notice the gleam of starlight reflecting off a piece of plastic by the captain's foot. With a huge sigh of relief, you kneel down and take the card from the floor. Luckily for you, the captain must have dropped it just before he was shocked. Oh god, it's a little, scrunched up. Maybe it'll still work. As you pass the card from one hand to another, inspecting the front and the back, you see that it appears to have all but melted. The plastic coating is mostly stripped away and what remains is bubbled up with the remnants of the magnetic strip flaking off. Okay, I don't think it's gonna work. You can tell from its condition that it's not getting you anywhere. You sigh as you lay the remains of the card by the captain's hand. If I can't find a card with access to the central computer, there's no hope for the O'Brien. Damn, gotta get out the wrinkle fixer machine. I like that name, wrinkle fixer machine. I don't know what the correct name for that would be either. English, same. Oh god, it's like the I'm making a hand gesture that you can't see. What is it called? Oh my god. I cannot think of it. I know exactly what you mean. I just cannot think of the word. Although you already have Dr. Dubois' keycard, you knew that it would have the clearance, yeah. For that, you need either the captain's card or a card from one of the two members of operations. The captain's card had been fried beyond usability by whatever happened to him, but maybe Lieutenant Busher's card had been more lucky. You gingerly move towards the lieutenant, and doing your best to be as gentle as possible, you pat down his left-hand trouser pocket. Feeling nothing through the thick gloves of your spacesuit, you head to the other side of his chair before repeating the same action in his right pocket. This time you feel something. With a sense of unease, you attempt to remove the contents of his pocket whilst trying not to disturb the body too much. Eventually, but with some difficulty caused by the clumsiness of your spacesuit and your desire not to disturb Busher's body any more than you need to, you manage to pull out what feels like it could be his keycard. That is also very melted. Iron! That's what it's called! We need to fucking iron those. Is that a key card in your pocket? You're just happy to see me? Oh god, I hope it was a key card. Otherwise... You know what, let's not go there. Thanks, streamer, for being smart. Oh my god, it just came to me in like a flash of understanding. You turned the card over a few times. It's definitely not... No, it's definitely the lieutenant's key card, but it looks like it's been half melted. Right. Totally useless. Wouldn't even be able to fit into any card reader. Great, looks like this won't get me anywhere. Just like the captain's. Hopefully I can find the second in command, otherwise there'll be nothing we can do for the O'Brien. Well, damn. Nothing else, right? Can I use the window? Nothing's working right now, so there's no helpful readouts or anything being displayed. There's no point me... What? There's no point me wasting any more time here. Okay, sure. Had enough of staring out into space for one day anyway. How could you possibly have enough of staring into space? It's so fun. Hansen, can we chat? Let me distract you a little bit. You look towards Hansen, who remains mostly out of sight, hidden by the bulk of the workstation. You spend a few seconds thinking about asking him if he needs any help or asking how things are going, but after considering the likely responses you'd get to those questions, decide against it. Probably better to leave him be. Absolutely, we should leave him here forever. What else shall I do? I guess I'll go explore more. I wish I remembered which one was the one that I went through before. Don't think it's here, or is it? Armory. One can dream. Yeah, maybe the game will let us. We don't know yet. I'll just close the spaceship doors before he can get out, and then I'll lock them somehow. Just like you had on the other closed doors, you go through the process of making as much noise as possible at the door and waiting for a response. However, there's no answer to your attempt at communication and you head back, justifying the lack of response by thinking that no one should be in there anyway. What if I want more guns, though? I think you should give me more guns. I want double guns. Blast door is just like the one in the Gunda. Probably takes just as much battery to open too. It's not worth trying to open until I've got the access codes, right? Right. I might uninvite you from their room if you do. Oh my god, that's right. But I do also have a girlfriend, so I probably shouldn't be in Haru's room anyway. Unless she wants to join us. Engineering. Just like you had seen on the Gundog a few hours earlier, where the afteroffer should transition into the engineering department. Instead, all you see is a gigantic blast door. From experience crawling underneath one of these, you knew that there was no way you could ever hope of moving it manually. On top of that, there was no point in attempting to open it before you had the emergency access codes. So that's what you meant by dual wielding. Yes, absolutely I did. With the battery power the door took to open, you'd probably shut yourself in engineering with no way of getting back out. Although you had the doctor's card, with the captain dead, you need to find either the O'Brien's second in command or the emergency access codes if you had any hope of getting the ship back online. You turn back and move away from the door, making your way back to the after affair. I feel like I probably didn't look at something I should have looked at in the captain's quarters. Possibly. There's nothing in the airlock, right? You stop as you enter the room just before the airlock, where you'd been so used to the huge main shutter and its warnings on the Gundog. Here in the O'Brien was nothing but a vast corridor into space. Being able to see the stars like this from this position, you couldn't help but feel uncomfortable. Their light, as gentle as it is, feels like a forced intrusion on this room, somewhere they should never illuminate. You spend a few more moments gazing out of the airlock before you shake your head to clear your thoughts. Though if there was any hope for the O'Brien's crew, it was that you'd act fast and your stargazing wasn't helping anyone. Let me stargaze! It's fine! Panel is still covering the emergency access lever. How could they have opened the door without using it? I don't know. They just yanked it open, I guess. Both still here. It doesn't look like anyone here has done a spacewalk of their own unless they used the suit from somewhere else. I mean, it's possible. I can't figure out why they'd have opened the both doors at once. They must have known what would happen. I don't know. Use the suits. Sorry guys, gotta be dramatic. Yeah, I need a little dramatic pause, you know, gather my thoughts, looking at the stars. Grab the handle in the suit's container. You twist it until the lock disengages and then open the door. Reaching in, you grab the radio on the suit's breast panel and detach it before turning it on and bringing it up to your face. No signal, huh? You check your radio is set to the same The same broadcast frequency as the O'Brien's, and after replacing the other suit's radio, set yours to transmit. This is Lieutenant Raymond Maris on the JFS Gundog. We're here to provide assistance to any crew on the JFS O'Brien. No signal. I repeat, this is Lieutenant Raymond Maris and we're here to help. Nobody replying. Damn, that's fucked up. Can I use the access thing? Turn down your KGs. Too much static. Doesn't make any sense to close the airlock manually now. The only thing that would would cut us off from the armored frame and make it harder to leave if we can't get the power back on. Okay. So what you're saying is once I'm outside, I need to somehow pull this to make it really hard for Hansen to get out. Okay, I see. I see how it is. Let me go back to the captain's quarters for a second, if I can find my way back there. I feel like there's possibly something in here that I did not look at. Looks like a telephone, probably hotline to the bridge. I think I like this captain's desk corner much more than... Okay, I read that. Use the desk? Yeah, I didn't even check the goddamn drawers. Engineering links, you go just to troll. Yeah! Listen, Hansen deserves it. Alright, the terminal is not going to be working, so let's check those drawers. You head around to the back of the desk and try each drawer, working your way from top to bottom. Unsurprisingly, they're all locked. I'll need to find the keys if I'm going to get in there. Well, do we not have checked for the keys on the captain before? In here? Nothing interesting. How about the bathroom? I think I already did this. No. Okay. Anywhere else I could go? Nope. Okay. No. Okay. Just going to all the wrong places. There was stuff in the hangar, but we can't. Good thing you can't smell in space. Oh my god, true. True. Yeah, no, nobody here. Back to the bridge. Mr. Captain, would you... You don't have keys. Okay. I was really hoping you would. I don't know why I pressed that. I'm just pressing buttons. Where have I not checked yet? I'm pretty sure I've checked everywhere. Unless there was something more here. No. Don't think so. I didn't miss anything over here, right? No. I literally just checked that. Where do I go? Where do I go? Yeah, the fire control, it just gave me the dialogue about Dylan or something, and then it didn't let me in there. Something in here that I missed? Never mind. No, nobody here either. Let me use the doors. No, okay. I feel like there's a very obvious thing that I'm just missing because I don't remember what all I did last time. It's entirely possible. Go back to the sick bay. Hello, doctor. Can I use the medicine that's on the floor? Various medication. No. Okay, talk to the dead doctor. Okay, fine. Didn't work. Damn. Hansen, what the fuck are we gonna do? Hansen, talk to me. Use my gun on the captain. You get a key card. I have the doctor one, but it doesn't let me go everywhere. I need the access codes or something. But where could they be? Oh god, my nose is itchy. Hold on. There we go. Let me just look at everything in case I missed anything that could be of use. Ow, man. Ow, man. Hold on, let me just click through everything. We're not in a hurry or anything, right? Okay, hold on. It was at the... Hold on, I'm trying to find my way to the hangar. With Dr. Zibor's keycard, I'll be able to access the hangar, although there's a chance that whoever is in there may not be in a spacesuit yet. If I open these doors now, I risk pulling them out in the vacuum. There may be something I missed that could let me get the access codes more safely. I don't think there is. I think I'm gonna have to open the door. Sorry to whoever's inside there. Smoothly, oh god. Let's go! Alright, let's see who's in here. Oops. Hold on, this... You unlatch the front of the portable subterminal's casing and activate the device. Device, watching pensively as it runs through its startup sequence. Once complete, you hurriedly run through all the necessary options as quickly as you can, doing your best to ensure that you use the least amount of battery power necessary. One last thing. Card. Quickly unfasten the pouch you'd place the doctor's key card in, withdraw and slide into the device. With the same infuriating slowness as all the others, the doors to the hangar begin to move. You waste no time in standing up and working your way through the tight gap before the doors are even a quarter of the way open. Noticing the absence of any signs of depressurization, you continue to force your way through the doors. As soon as you're through, you vault your way down the stairwell, skipping increasingly more steps at a time as the gravity disappears until you're eventually floating past entire sets of stairs altogether. Oh. I mean, I don't see anybody, so maybe we didn't kill anybody. Setting your radio to broadcast with one hand and grabbing the guardrail in front of you with the other, you call out into the dark void of the hangar. Hello? Is anyone in here? No. Hello, this is Lieutenant Maris from the JFS Gundog. We have come to help. Nope, nothing. That static is very loud. Hello? Nope. You peer into the darkness, trying to see any signs of life. You knew that you'd heard activity in here from the other side of the door, so where were they? Oh, that's a little scary. Five Nights at Freddy's, hello, guy. Oh my god, please, no Freddy's in here. Maybe, what if Five Nights at Freddy's is here? Oh no, it's scary. Oh, hi. That's a little scarier than Freddy, actually. Hi. You stand frozen in place, unable to move your legs, unable to speak as the huge machine that has just pulled itself out of the darkness looms over you. It's unlike anything you've seen before. No ship, shell, armored frame, or worker pod that you know of looks the slightest bit like this. As you will yourself to do something, anything, the thing in front of you remains totally motionless, until suddenly... I'm scared. Oh god, what is it doing? Something deep inside you tells you that you've only got moments to react to whatever is going on. God! Oh god, what do you mean 5 seconds? No. Run! Snapping under your paralyzes you spin around, kick off the guardrail, and launch yourself towards the hangar entrance. Oh god, let's go! That's me. That emote is literally me. Within seconds, you're already up the first flight of stairs and beginning to feel the pull of the O'Brien's gravity when an intense light floods the stairwell. Ow! Don't flashbang me, what the fuck? You stop and look down as the light fades and see that whatever just happened has resulted in a slice to the flooring below. The stairs you just left and the wall beyond them, leaving warped metal superheated and glowing on either side of the cot. I'm glad I ran. Seeing more light flooding into the Seeing more light flooding into the stairwell from beyond the hangar entrance, you turn back around and sprint up the stairs, scrambling out of the double doors and into the four-side thoroughfare. As you stumble into the corridor, you grab your radio. Hansen, get to the Juno right now. We need to leave. You yell as you bolt for the central hub. Hansen, do you hear me? We need to get off the ship immediately. They're just filming a 1,000-degree knife TikTok inside. Oh god, how big is the knife? How do they have internet up here? Oh my god. Hansen! You scream one last time before sprinting down the remainder of the four-side thoroughfare. Uh-oh. Oh god, oh god. As you pass the boundary into the central hub, the corridor behind you is illuminated with another intense flash of light. You don't turn around, instead continuing at speed towards the airlock where the Juno had been left. Hansen, I'm serious. We need to leave now before the ship's torn to pieces. Get off the bridge and get down here. I hope my radio's turned off. With no response from Hansen, your mind races. I think it might be turned off. You're doing your best to formulate a plan when you look back at the four-side thoroughfare and see it scored with huge cuts that run from floor to ceiling, the liquefied metal on the ship's structure framing their paths. Ah, damn it. The same instinct that had saved you in the hangar kicks in and you turn towards the airlock, racing towards the open entrance and the stairs you can see in the distance. As you head towards the open cockpit of the armored frame, you try and remember the startup sequence that will let you pilot it out of here. Oh yeah, god, I can't pilot a fucking mech. Wait, shit, I need Hansen. Hansen, get your ass over here. You begin the climb up the Juno's chest, and as you reach to the top, look inside to see this pilot seat empty. The shit. Damn. Fuck. Ugh. God damn it. Where are you? Looking back towards the entrance of the airlock and seeing no one in the distance, you know how you have a choice to make. Oh god, no, we're getting the fuck out of here. Fuck Hansen. Oh god, I opened the thing. You can't ignore the impulse driving you to just get out of there, an instinct that is soon proven to be correct as a blast of energy tears through the airlock. Imagine it's pronounced Chris or something. It probably is. But I've made my choice. I can't believe the game is actually letting me leave Hansen here. I'm so happy. If Hansen wasn't aware of what was going on, with your radio not working, you had no way to contact him. He was on his own. Plus, with the blast getting closer to the armored frame, if you didn't leave now, you may not have the chance in a few seconds. Before you buckle yourself in, you begin flickering the switches and pressing the buttons to activate the armored frame. You snooze, you lose. Exactly. A wave of nausea hits you and you pause mid-sequence as the memory of the last time you started up an armored frame returns. Oh god, the PTSD. You breathe in deeply, hold in and exhale. No time for that. Not now. Doing your best to ignore the queasy feeling in your stomach, you carry on with the process of getting the Juno ready for takeoff. Sorry about this, Hansen. I'm not sorry at all. Oh god, Hansen. Sorry about what, Lieutenant? As Hansen's voice crackles over your radio, you look up at the cockpit's entrance just in time to move out of the way as the ensign drops down into the pilot's seat. Oh fuck, you got in here anyway. Damn it. Huh, nice of you to get the Juno up and running, Lieutenant. You were gonna wait for me, right? Yeah, absolutely I was. I'm so glad you're here. It's so dramatic, jeez. Fucking drama queen. You buckle yourself into the passenger seat as Hansen instantly picks up where you left off and continues to start a process. Get us out of here, Ensign. Now, Ensign. Yeah, whatever you say, Lieutenant. In just a few seconds, Hansen pulls the lever that seals the Juno's cockpit and works his way through the entire startup sequence. Even before the main monitor is active, he pulls back on the flight sticks and you feel the rumble of the Juno's engines moving the armored frame away from the ship as the main view screen switches on, showing the O'Brien shrinking into the distance. Well, we're going. What did you do? 1 minute I'm pulling out the black box, the next I can see a light show going on outside and some kind of laser beam nearly cuts me in half. Oh, too bad you were just out of the way. I didn't do anything. There was something in the hangar and then it went off. It was tearing the whole ship apart from the inside. So you tripped an AF's weapon system or something? Can't let you anywhere near these things without you causing problems. Well, I'm sorry. I was trying to do things. You're about to continue your protests. Okay, your protests at Hansen when you see a column of light penetrate the surface of the O'Brien. Uh-oh. I think shit's exploding. What the fuck? That's it. It's got to be some sort of prototype AF or something. I've never seen a weapon like it. Tore through the O'Brien's hull like paper. What the hell kind of weapon is that? No idea, but we need to... take it the fuck out. I guess. That might have been a terrible choice, by the way. Probably should have warned the gun dog. We need to stop it, whatever it is, before he can do this to the gun dog. I don't function very well under pressure at all, by the way. Hey, look at our lieutenant. Who knew you had the stones? Guess it's easier to make the order than follow through, though, so don't think you're hot stuff yet. Violence. That's just my immediate reaction. Noted? What are you noting that for? Don't note that. I didn't say anything. You didn't hear anything. Would you just... Oh, before you can finish, Hansen slams the controls forward, pushing you back into your seat and sending the Juno directly towards the enemy at top speed. As you struggle with the frame's acceleration, you look across to Hansen, who's leaning forward, a deep scowl on his face with his chest visibly rising and falling. Looking back at the main monitor, you see the O'Brien growing at an alarming rate as a targeting reticle on the screen shifts back and forth over the approximate location of the target. Could you pass the notes I might have missed? No notes. As suddenly as Hansen had started towards the unknown machine atop the O'Brien, he brings both feet down hard on the pedals attached to the bottom of the pilot's seat, causing the Juno to suddenly jet upwards. This maneuver is quickly followed by both flight sticks being yanked backwards, bringing the armored frame to a halt just above the target. Locked on. Yeah, lock in, Hansen. As the reticle coalesces over the enemy machine, Hansen pulls the trigger and fires off a slew of bullets. Whoa. Which fly through the space that had been, until moments before, occupied by the mysterious enemy. You see small explosions as the round rips through the innards of the O'Brien. What? Where did it... With a deft manipulation of the controls, Hansen simultaneously rotates the armored frame and sends it flying away from the O'Brien at speed as he scores the monitors for any sign of his target. I was about to run out of breath. Things fast, too. As quickly as it had disappeared, the unidentified craft reappears immediately in front of you, a telltale glow emanating from the forwardmost protrusion on its main body. Please no, I feel like you're gonna make me make a decision very fast again. Ow. In the second that he had to do so, Hansen had detached the Juno shield and hurled it at the machine, disrupting its beam and buying him the precious moments he needed to retreat at full speed. God damn, what the hell is this thing? Once again, Hansen surveys the surrounding space, trying to find the elusive and deadly enemy. There, it's heading right towards the gun dock. Oh fuck, we should have warned them. I told you. You point towards a small pulse of light amongst the stars showing on the screen. You scowl deepening. Hansen once more pushes the controls and the Juno to her limit, moving to pursue the attacker at top speed. No head, less brain cells. I mean, that's true. That's true. I don't even want to think about the kind of choices I would be making without my head. As the enemy shrinks into the distance on the Juno's monitor, Hansen doesn't let up on the speed, maintaining the high level of acceleration. The tremors you can feel in the cockpit grow more intense the faster the armored frame moves. Grabbing onto the straps holding you in place with both hands, you pass your eyes over the readouts on the cockpit's various dials and sub-monitors. Uh-oh, that's not good. Almost all of them are flashing warnings or alerts, with the needles on the majority of the gauges deep in the red. If you keep this up, the Juno's going to fall apart. Slow it down. So that's why I'm dumb. Oh god, you don't have a hat. You have to get a hat. God. It comes with free brain cells. Pop up heads. No. Oh god. Hansen works at your order, scoffing as he somehow finds more acceleration that increases the vibrations to the point that you feel like they'll shake you to pieces any moment now. This is my Juno, Lieutenant. Don't tell me how to treat her. She's not as delicate as she looks. Hansen does not know how to treat women right, I've noted. And we're gonna need all she's got to get back to the gun dock before that thing. If we get back and we're dead. Yeah, you can write me up to the captain when that happens. Cool. You grow and close your eyes, trying to ignore the beeping that started and the high-pitched whine you hear coming from the back of the cockpit. I'm not surprised. Me neither. Absolutely no surprise. Misa will steal someone's hat then? No! No, whose hat? Surely not mine. Maybe he treats Sven right though. Could be. It could be. You grow and close your eyes, trying to ignore the beeping that started and the high-pitched whine you hear coming from the back of the cockpit. I think I already read that. No worries, you're safe. Is it? Do I trust you? I think I trust you. You're aware of every second that passes as the two of you race back to the gun dock, the tension worsened by the near-constant screaming of the warning systems. I really need some water. Hold on. The mouth is very dry. Whoa. There we go. Almost chokes on it. It's okay. It's okay. Just casually drowns myself on the stream. It's fine. With Hansen in control, all you can do is hope that you get back in time before the gun dock can be cut to pieces by the weapon you'd see make short work of the O'Brien. Water breaks can't attack us right now. Yeah, it's really a bad time for that. You've lost track of how long you've been pursuing the enemy when suddenly some garbled static bursts from the speakers and a shrill and panicked voice screeches at you. Uh-oh, Vanessa! I repeat, this is Lieutenant Lord of the Javis Gundog. We're under attack by an unknown enemy unit. AJCF ships in range. Please respond. This is Lieutenant. Lord, this is Gundog 1 approaching the Gundog at... Where have you been? Get back to the ship right now. We're under fire from something. Hansen rolls his eyes as he's cut off by Vanessa's demand. Roger that, ma'am. Gundog 1, return it. Now! We're coming, Jesus! Calm down! Shaking his head rather than following up with an answer, Hansen quickly flicks a few switches and you see the readouts on what? Breathe. And you see the readouts on some monitors switch to display information about the armored frame's weapon systems. How do you nerd get out here and help? Oh my god, true. Why is Hardy not helping? The fuck? Well, anybody, really. They're all sitting in there. Surely some of them can pilot a thing. As he does this, you turn your attention to the main monitor. In the distance, what? In the distance, you can see small... I cannot read. I need a moment. Jesus Christ. As he does this, you turn your attention to the main monitor. In the distance, you can see a small light flickering in and out. Surrounding a point in space, the on-screen readouts inform you is the Gundog. With the Juno approaching the ship at speed, you can see that the lights are actually rounds being rapidly fired from the Gundog's point defense system, a collection of rotary cannons mounted on turrets along the ship's exterior. You can tell from their short bursts and the erratic shifts in the direction they're firing that the machine you ran into on the O'Brien is moving both quickly and unpredictably, with the automated cannons unable to keep up. Lord, this is Gundog 1, we're back at... I feel like we're gonna get shot if we get any closer. What the hell is this thing? How would I know? Ugh, useless! Finally, me and Vanessa agree on something. You hear Hansen mutter something under his breath, too quietly for the communication system to pick up. Just destroy it. We've already taken some heavy hits to the porthole. Yeah, I get it. Just tell Deez to watch that anti-air. As the Juno closes in on the gun dog, you watch the trajectory of the shots that being fired from the point defense system, knowing that they indicate where the enemy machine was rather than where it is. That really scared me, just jumping on the screen like that. Based on the speed at which it's moving, you know that if you're going to have a chance of taking this thing down, you'll need to figure out a way to get ahead of it. It's farting. Oh my god, it is. Damn. Maybe it's an alien. Oh my god. You're about to make this observation to Hansen, but you see a deep focus on his face. His eyes tracing the path the enemy moves along as it weaves around the barrage coming from the ship. With a sudden flurry of motion on the controls, Hansen adjusts the armored frame's trajectory, sending it soaring uncomfortably close to the gundog's bridge, just in time to intercept the strange craft as it rises up from the far side of the ship. They're reusing the same evasive maneuvers. Amateur! Hansen yells. Slamming down on the pedals, Hansen positions the Juno over the top of the enemy, and you hear a heavy click as he pulls the trigger on the right flight stick. Too easy. GG easy. Oh my god. Oh my god, this is so anime. Wowie. As the rounds from the machine gun slam into the target, Hansen presses down on the button on the left flight stick, sending a volley of missiles roaring away from the Juno's shoulder pod and directly into the enemy, engulfing it in an explosion. Woo! I can't believe Hansen is actually doing something useful. Doesn't matter how powerful the machine is if the pilot's no good. What? Oh god, it didn't work! Hansen, you start shit-talking too fast! As the smoke clears staring back at you is the machine that you'd just seen hit by a swarm of missiles, each one individually powerful enough to destroy another armored frame. Instead of being totally destroyed, the craft looks completely fine. You don't even see a hint of a scorch mark on its armor. What is this thing made of? Hansen snarls, pulling the trigger on the right flight stick again, this time emptying the entire magazine into the target. I don't think that's smart, Hansen. I think we need those. Oh, fuck. Uh-oh. As if totally indifferent to Hansen's assault, the craft turns to face you and you see an increasingly bright light begin to build in front of it, with sparks and crackles of electricity running along its nearby surfaces. I was about to compliment him on his ability to make things explode, but never mind, he's useless after all. Damn it, Hansen. Move! Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Don't tell me how to pilot! The Ensign yells back at you as he navigates the Juno away from the beam that tears through the space you just occupied. Only seconds after what felt like a moment of triumph, the tables had been so thoroughly turned, you find yourself being slammed from side to side as Hansen executes a rapid series of maneuvers in an attempt to escape the enemy's pursuit. Oh god, I need to cough. Nasty. Oh my god. Whoa. Huge streams of energy blast through the space around you every few seconds as the Juno dives, climbs, rolls, and banks. Taskaru. I don't know how my coughs are saving you, but sure. As he weaves through the hail of bullets coming from the gun dog's own defensive systems and the attacks from the enemy machine's hands and what? This sentence really needs periods. Commas, something. As he weaves through the hail of bullets coming from the gun dog's own defensive systems and the attacks from the enemy machine, Hansen's breathing grows faster and faster. I'm just a goof. Being a goof is good. I like I like being goof. Should probably look up what this means someday. I think it's just a funny VTuber chat thing. Hansen, we can't outrun it. We're going to need to figure something out. What? His eyes flicking rapidly back and forth from monitor to gauge, and his hands twitching quickly, sending the Juno darting from place to place. Hansen doesn't seem to notice you at all. Hansen. Whoa. Hansen! What? This isn't working. We need to do something. Don't tell me how to pilot. Listen, buddy. Listen. I'm the lieutenant. You gotta listen to me. Stow it. You can't keep this up forever. We need to figure out something out. Wow, broken record. He's really under some pressure. I don't think my complaining is really helping the situation necessarily. As you yell at Hansen, you get thrown into the side of the cockpit by a high-speed turn that he pulls off just as a huge beam passes overhead, illuminating the cockpit as its brightness fills the monitors. Come on then, Lieutenant, what do you have in mind? we should, oh god, Dalton's creation. Dalton, get Haru out here. Let's get Haru out here, please. Under pressure, as your chest to keep up. Oh my god, you're so right. Let's give him a fucking aneurysm. Having just watched the enemy machine take a direct hit from busting missiles and come away unscathed, you mentally scramble to try and come up with a way to defeat it. I really wanted to use Dalton's thing, but I also didn't really know how it would help, so I was maybe we should go with Haru. I think I trust Haru marginally more. Based on what you'd seen, the Juno you're in seemed totally outclassed. There's no way that you'd win in a one-to-one fight. That's it. What? This thing outmatches us when it comes to armor, weapons, speed. There's no way you can take it down by yourselves there. So what? You want me to give up and get us toasted? This isn't my first time fighting Shut up, Ensign. That's not what I mean. I can read really well. Hansen glances around across to you and you see that what? Let me reread that. I'm just like so exasperated with myself because I keep reading too fast and then I realize that it's not, the sentence isn't going where I think it's going. Hansen glances across to you and you see a snarl form on his lips, but before he can say anything, his attention is taken by another blast from the enemy's energy weapon, which he evades at the very last moment. The machine may have us beat in terms of its raw power, but we've got one advantage: numbers. We'll get Haru out here. With their help, I bet we can take this thing down. Oh god, it's lost shooting, buddy. Hansen scoffs at you despite being in the middle of carrying out a maneuver involving suddenly braking, dropping downwards through space and letting the enemy machine fly overhead so that he can fire another volley of machine gun rounds at its underside. What? You think I can't take this thing down alone? You want to take the controls instead, Lieutenant? Listen, Hansen, buddy. You're friends with Haru. You can fight together. Hansen, for God's sake, would you just... Oh, ease up, Marius. I'm messing with you. That's the first good idea you've had all day. Thanks, buddy. Gee, thanks. Out of nowhere, the armored frame's cockpit shakes violently as Hansen simultaneously counteracts its forward momentum and sends it hurtling upwards. The pursuing craft soars past you, and as it banks upwards to try to re-establish its pursuit, Hansen accelerates straight towards it. As it closes in on it, he lets loose He lets loose a barrage of machine gun fire, with every shot finding its target. Do me a favor, Marius. I'm a bit busy, so make the call, yeah? I don't know if Haru is gonna listen to me though. So this might have been a terrible idea after all. This is so intense. You're so right. This is very intense. As the Juno continues to shake from the strain, its engines are under and what? Oh, its engines are under, and the sudden spin and turns Hansen is making it perform. You manage to lean towards the communication system and press down on a button that allows you to broadcast. Gundog, this is Gundog 1, requesting assistance from Gundog 2 and... Get off this line, Marius. I'm trying to coordinate emergency repairs. You're distracting me. Listen, Vanessa. You fight back the now familiar urge to rise to Vanessa's pettiness and instead focus on the task at hand. Lord, just put us through the Ensign Romney. They're standing by, right? Of course they're standing by. I'm running this operation. That's standard. Lord, shut up. Put us through the Romney, please. Hey, Marius, how's it going out there? Having fun? Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun. I like your little image. Very cool, Haru. Very, very stylish. Despite everything going on, you see a smile appear on Hansen's face as his fellow pilot's voice crackles over the communication system. Not him smiling immediately when he hears Haru. Yeah, it's going great, Romney, but I don't want to bogart all the action. You want to join in? Make this a real party. You know I'll never say no to a good time. Give me a few minutes to get out there. Yeah, don't finish things without me. Let's tease Hansen. I want to tease Hansen. Please. No promises, Romney. As the lower resolution version of Haru disappears from the communication screen, Hansen's face returns to the intense focus it had been before he'd spoken to the other pilot. Hansen definitely has a thing for Haru. Come on now. Throughout their conversation, he'd been weaving through the Gundog's anti-air fire, trying to lure the pursuing craft into the point defense system's line of fire. Unfortunately, it had proven to be just as adept at evading the storm of bullets as Hansen had. God damn it! I hate it when they're when they get too clingy. Hansen, are you talking about the robot or something else? Allowing the armored frame to be carried away from the ship by its momentum, Hansen pivots the Juno and its axis to face the enemy. Back off, would you? Uh-oh. As he shouts his demand, Hansen pulls the trigger on the left flight stick and you see another salvo. Salvo? The hell is salvo? Salvo of missile speed towards the oncoming machine. Each one hits the mark, and for a second the armored frame's main monitor is illuminated by the flash of light from the explosions. That must have slowed it. Before you can finish his sentence, Hansen is quickly proven wrong as the attacker emerges from the cloud of detritus, tearing towards you even faster than before. Salvo is just many? Why couldn't they just have said many? Or, I don't know, barrage again or something? Why salvo? I am just constantly fascinated by the word choices in this game. Ah, goddamn. Just many bullets. What a stupid word. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, you're very close. In an instant, on you, extended its two front appendages to grab the Juno before Hansen can get away. Why couldn't they just have said many? Did I say that? Damn. Like, why couldn't we just have multiple SIDs, I guess? The creaking and groaning of the frame structure as it struggles against its restraint is audible in the cockpit above the blare of various warnings, but worse than that, noise is what you see right in front of you. You recognize the telltale buildup of energy in the cannon mounted on the front of the enemy's body, the sparks giving way to the intense glow coming from within. Hansen! I know! Despite its best efforts, the thing has you now, and you can tell it's seconds away from vaporizing both of you. As Hansen wrestles with the controls in an attempt to wrestle your machine free, all you can do is watch as the glow around the enemy's weapon increases. Uh-oh. Hands off! Haru! Are you saving us? Oh my god. Out of nowhere, Haru's Juno slams into the enemy, dislodging it from your armored frame and sending it careening away. Hey man, sorry for cutting in, but you know I get jealous. They definitely have a thing. With a smirk, Hansen quickly regains control and flies back towards the enemy. Haru's Juno visible on the submonitor, showing them keeping base beside you. Forget about it. This one's not really my type. You can have them if you want. Want to leave you out of the fun? You're my wingman. I couldn't leave you hanging like that. I think it's more than a wingman. I think you're gonna have to wingman for yourself. What? Oh my god, look at this beautiful teamwork. Wingman zone. Feels bad. As their banter continues, you watch in awe as the two pilots, without communicating it, both peel away from each other before accelerating towards the enemy, catching it in a pincer. A split second later, they're both circling it, spraying with machine gun fire and moving so quickly, so in sync that it's unable to react. After a few seconds, the enemy turns away and takes off back towards the gun dog. For the first time in this engagement, it seems on the back foot. Both Hansen and Haru instantly chase after it, forming up on each other as they pursue it. This one doesn't seem too impressed by the light show. It wasn't impressed by my big showstopper either. Real hard to please. My stomach is growling really hard. I should have eaten something before the stream. Maybe it's time to give things a personal touch? Sounds like a plan. Get its attention, would you? No problem. With that, Haru's armored frame accelerates forward, soaring past the target and clearly grabbing its attention as it moves to pursue them. Meanwhile, Hansen wordlessly navigates around to the front of the gun dog, switching from the Juno's machine gun to its close combat blade. Dialogue is making you hungry. Apparently. Damn, I wonder what that means. Ready when you are, Romney. Be with you in 3, 2, 1. Accurate to the second, Haru's armored frame tears around from the gun dog's stern, the enemy in pursuit. As soon as Haru passes you, Hansen sends your Juno straight towards the enemy machine, knife outstretched. Oh my god. Straight up knife. Honestly, also really hungry. Oh man, we should all get food. Why do we think I could eat in like 3 minutes if I take a quick break? I probably have some toast somewhere. Oh my god, it's real bad. Hold on, I'll take a break in a moment. Knife plays a little too much, Haru, damn. I feel like Hansen would be into it. Sandwich, maybe. I mean, it would literally just be toast with margarine, but I don't have anything to put in the toast. Yeah, okay, let me see if there's a good spot to take a little break. The whole armored frame shakes with the impact as you slam into the other craft. Oh my god! Oh my, that's a little much, Hansen. I think it's already dead. Either he's built different, truly. My God. With the Juno's right hand grabbing onto the conduits that links to the thing's cannon, Hansen begins to repeatedly strike at his core with a knife. The sound from the impact reverberating through the cockpit with each each thrust. Right. Don't think you're getting away. Hansen roars as the other machine tries to pull away, pushing the Juno's engines to their limits to keep it in place. Now do me a favor and go down, you. Ah, hell. Oh, I don't think it went down. Checked it right. The word choices. The word choices. Suddenly you're forced back into your seat by a rush of acceleration. Hansen, what's going on? You just about managed to turn your head against the force of the thrust. The word thrust always just catches me off guard for some reason. I couldn't possibly say why. To see Hansen shunting the flight sticks back and forth and stomping on the pedals. Its engines must have cut out, but the controls have gone on ours. I can't stop them. Don't look at me like that, Clophie. As Hansen continues to struggle with the controls, Vanessa screeches at you over the radio, sounding more panicked than ever. You're headed straight for the hangar. Change course. I'm trying. I'm gonna stop saying his name. You're going to. Well, Riven is a big fencing fan. That's all. Yeah, you're so right. I do love fencing. I feel like this would be a really good spot to take a break. So we have this. What's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. You know, when the plot hangs up and then you have to see the next episode to see what happened. I know the word. I'm sure I for sure know the phrase. Train shutting down, it really is. Cliffhanger. Yes, thank you. Thank you. We're gonna take a break right now and then on this cliffhanger and then we'll see what happens. Hold on, where's my break screen? There we go. I will be back in just a couple of minutes. See if I can maybe very quickly eat something. But see you in a moment. very quick snack. The Pokemon announcer guy shows up to give out a recap. I need that at the beginning of each stream. Last episode on Dragon Ball Z. I don't know how it actually sounds like. I have not watched Dragon Ball. But let's get back into it, I guess. I wonder what's gonna happen. I'm gonna drink some water because I forgot. I'm running out of water. I should have got some on the break. Me neither. Fair. Fair. I mean, they all sound the same, right? Just the generic narrator voice. Oh boy. Oh. Oh. April 23rd. Yeah, probably generic broadcast voice, probably. Not that I can imitate that either. Despite Ensign getting an advantage against the unknown enemy craft that attacked the JFS Gundog, a mechanical failure in the engines of his Juno the third resulted in both the unidentified machine and the armored frame crashing into the ship's hangar. That's not good. Lieutenant Maris and Ensign were both quickly extracted from the armored frame and sent to the ship's sickbay. Upon being cleared for duty, Lieutenant Maris is ordered to the hangar to help secure the enemy craft. Okay. Okay. Driving Jovian space, the hangar of the Jovian patrol ship JFS Gundog. Ah. Oh my god. Okay, so Dalton's thing worked out, I think. Is what this is telling me. Too expensive to animate. Here's a recap of what happened. Yeah, exactly. Yes. Lucky. My god, good job, Dalton. You stretch your neck from side to side and roll your shoulders to wait for the captain's judgment. That's how you pronounce that. Dr. Rosarium, that's not how I pronounced that before. Dr. Rosarium had done his best for the neck injury acquired during Hansen's less than textbook landing, but the captain had been insistent that their sole security officer returns to duty immediately. Oh, thanks. I have like a... I'm just out here in like a neck brace. As a result, after a cursory once-over, the doctor had given you an anti-inflammatory injection on one side of your neck and an injection of painkillers on the other before sending you on your way. Am I really capable of working in these conditions? I'm like fucking high of painkillers. This had left your neck numb and you with a vague sensation that your head could become detached at any moment, but at least you were up and about. Nope. This is gonna be good. Surveying the hangar, you know you should be thankful for this miracle. Both Hansen's Juno and the craft it had been fighting had entered the hangar at full thrust. If Dalton had thought quickly and activated every single piece of arrestor gear available to the two machines would have turned straight through into the belly of the Gundog. God, he's smart. On top of that, they slammed into the storage container that held the tank he'd been keeping his experimental high-density foam in, causing it to rupture and coat the attacker in the substance and adhere to the hangar floor. Dalton MVP, truly. My god, he just keeps getting better and better. I also really need to cough again. Oh god, does the mic actually catch that? I don't know. With the he deserves a treat. He absolutely deserves a treat. Yes, that's good. Okay, good. Good, even though it turned fully away. Apparently gets through my noise gate. It does, thankfully. I don't know if it's thankfully. I guess I'm just coughing really loudly. With the machine stuck in place, it didn't take long for the Juno's engines to burn out as it pushed against the immovable object. What this did mean, though, was that the mysterious assailant which had torn the O'Brien to pieces and nearly done the same to the Gundog was stuck irremovably for the time being right in the middle of the hangar. I feel like there's like something in my throat. It's making me sound very nasally to myself. It's really annoying me. Water. Hold on. Give me a second. There we go. Maybe that worked. No, it didn't. Yep, it's fine. It has shown no activity since it went dead just outside the Gundog, but having one of those eye-like cameras exposed didn't leave you. Is this craft secured, Lieutenant? I mean, it looks pretty secure to me. Oh, yes, ma'am. To be honest, Cadet Grange's foam had done most of the work for us. With the amount of stuff that it's covered with, I don't see it making a move anytime soon. Even the tethers we used aren't really necessary. When we get back to Europa Colony, it'll be it'll probably be easier to remove the entire hanger block to get to this thing rather than carve it out. Suddenly stop being able to read. Is that so? Yes, ma'am. You wait for a moment as the captain allows your response to a rhetorical question to hang in the air. As far as capturing enemy technology goes, this could have certainly gone more smoothly. Smoothly is what I was trying to say. A bolt of anger shoots through your body. As if you have any right to criticize things going badly. Listen, she's just a girl. She's just a girl. She's allowed to do things wrong. Man, we almost all died. Listen, it's okay. You immediately suppress this reaction as the captain turns back towards you. Regardless, you've all done good work today, Lieutenant Mary's Cadet Grange. Oh, ma'am, yes, thank you. Dalton, who'd been lurking at your side like a nervous shadow this entire time, squeaks, the unexpected compliment taking him completely by surprise. You're so cute! I mean, that is, if the container hadn't been in that area, then we wouldn't have lost so much hangar space, and I'm sorry that... You swiftly but gently elbow the cat in his side. Which is, thank you, ma'am! I just wish I'd had a chance to use it as intended, or even as ammunition for... To deliver another gentle elbow to Dalton. Yes, anyway, thank you. Very good, very good, cadet. Well done. The captain once again leaves the sentence to trail off, half-formed. Whereas his manner of speech had previously left you disconcerted, with its indication that there was something the captain was holding back, you'd found yourself no longer bothered by it. Whether this was because you were used to it or simply too tired to be perturbed was a matter you hadn't quite decided on. It's probably all the painkillers. Dalton, on the other hand, was still clearly terrified by the concept of being such close proximity to the captain to the point where his nervousness was palpable. You're so cute. If it wasn't for the rustling of his jumpsuit close by his nervous fidgeting, you felt there was a good chance you'd be able to hear his heartbeat racing. Oh god, buddy, it's okay! As the chief... As the chief... I finished my assessment of the craft captain. Oh, hi, chief. Dalton, please. With an amount of grace that surprises you, the chief, having appeared from underneath the catwalk, grabs onto the handrail and effortlessly redirects your momentum, planting your feet firmly on the walkway you all stood on. Thank you, Chief Cathays. And your assessment? Hard to say. Never seen anything like it. General structure is totally different from the humanoid construction you'd see on an AF. Whatever materials this thing is made of don't line up with what we see on Martian or Terran machines. Even the samples of that titanium they make on Lunar didn't have that kind of durability that this thing showed. Based on the combat data from it says AF even that have been torn apart, plus no indication of a traditional drive system, which I'd be a mess too surrounded by these people in particular. I mean, completely fair, actually. I completely understand, Dalton, actually. Your security assessment, Chief Cathays. You stiffen as a wave of realization hits you, causing a painful twinge in your neck. As soon as you'd got out of the sickbay, the captain had ordered you to secure the craft. In your current state, still running on leftover adrenaline and recently dosed up on medication, you'd followed that order to the letter, completely forgetting about assessing any potential risks. Right, yes, Captain. There's no signs to indicate that this craft is active anymore. No measurable electronic activity, no readings to suggest an active reactor. Looks like the whole thing has been totally shut down. The only reading that showed anything was a boson count. It's surrounded by a massive amount of residual distortion. No idea why though. You'd need a whole engine to put out the amount I'm registering around it. As far as I can tell, Captain, whatever this thing might be, it's not doing anything anytime soon. I see. And the pilot? If there's anyone in there, they aren't getting out. I've checked over all the visible portions of its structure, and there's no trace of a cockpit hatch or entry panel. With how strange Cadet Grange's compound is, there's no way they'd be able— Oh, strong. I thought it said strange. With how strong Cadet Grange's compound is, there's no way they'd be able to break through. By the way, I'm wondering, how did Chief get this scar? It's like very specific. It's an X. Who did this? You must have gone pretty heavy on the cyanoacrylates, huh, Cadet? The chief asked with a wink. Yes, ma'am. Sorry, ma'am. It's a good thing, Cadet. If you hadn't, this thing might have been able to tear its way out and continue its rampage around the ship's insides. Big screwdriver. Oh, God. Yeah, it could be. Yeah, that would make sense. Best way I can put it, Captain, I hope they've got enough oxygen and emergency rations in there to last them until we get back to Europa, because we aren't getting them out. Pirate treasure, oh my god. Her muscles are an absolute treasure, you're so right. And you, Lieutenant? You'd hope that the Chief's explanation would suffice, but the Captain had turned her attention to you expectantly. I'll just agree with the Chief. Speak your truth. Hell yeah. I think Chief Cathays has just about covered it, Captain. I didn't see anything that looked like a hatch when we were securing it, so I don't think anyone's getting out of there. I see. Nothing to add. Listen, Captain. I am high on painkillers. I have a whole neck injury. You cannot possibly expect me to work under these conditions. I will be contacting the union about this. By the way, you spend a brief moment trying to come up with some other what? It's a workers' comp, exactly. Where the fuck is my workers' comp? You spend a brief moment trying to come up with some other comment you can add to what the Chief had said, but feeling another twinge in your neck layer over the already present exhaustion, you realize you simply don't have the energy. No, ma'am. Well, that makes life easier. Swift classes were designed with Briggs. The Captain takes a moment to move to the railings and places her hands onto them, resting while little of her weight remains in this low gravity on the support, whilst also drumming her fingers against them. As you watch Captain Barton moves, you see the brief glimmer of a spark in her eyes, the slight change transforming her in front of you from the consistently disinterested captain you know to a canny, analytical version of herself. She turns back to face you, pivoting on the one hand she keeps on the railing. In that case, our priority is getting this back to Europa Colony where it can be investigated properly. The less time we have this on board, the less risk it poses to us. Chief Cathays, I want those engines online now. Cat Crange, I want Ensign says Juno fully operational and combat ready. If this decides to reactivate, I want to be ready for it. I feel like I should just start pronouncing it as Chris. Yeah, seems about right. Lieutenant Maris, I want you on active patrol until Ensign Chris is out of sick bay. You, Romney, and Chris will be carrying out patrols around the clock until we dock at Europa. How do you actually pronounce this? I feel like if I Google this, a little treat for Hanson. maybe we can give him a little respect. This thing has shown itself to be full of surprises. Just because we can't see a way for the pilot to get out doesn't mean there isn't one. Carry out a normal patrol and then report back to me. I'll be in my quarters writing this up. Understood? The three of you snap to attention and throw a salute in perfect synchronization. Even the chronically fidgety Dalton maintains a perfectly still and professional countenance. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Very good. Dismissed. With a shove against the railing, the captain launches herself towards the hangar entrance, and the three of you drop your stiff postures as soon as she's out of sight. I'd say cruise, maybe. Could be. It's just one of those funky names with way too many consonants in it. Hell of a day, huh, Lieutenant? You roll your shoulders once again, trying to get rid of the stiffness that's working its way back into your neck. Putting it mildly, yeah, all in the day's work, I guess. You smirk at the Chief's question. She wasn't wrong. At this point, you felt you were running on fumes, driven by willpower alone. If you admitted to yourself that you were on the verge of collapsing from exhaustion, it would be long before it actually happened. But works as well. Good. But it could be the correct pronunciation. You never know. I somehow doubt it is, but you know. I don't know about you, Chief, but this is what I signed up for. She looks very unimpressed with me. Is that right, Lieutenant? The Chief gives you a playful punch to the arm. Ow! In stark contrast to her grace earlier, this punch actually sends you spinning away in the low gravity, requiring you to grab onto a nearby piece of apparatus to stop yourself. Ow! Chief, please, I'm already injured enough. Maybe not quite. You admit. Well, I signed up to make sure this dog's tail keeps wagging, and right now with the engines offline, that's not happening. One more! Oh. Clofy, do you have something to tell us? So I'm going to head back to the engine room. We've all got jobs to do. No time to stand around chatting if we want to get our unexpected passenger back to Europa Colony. Had it. Chief! The main thruster module on Juno is completely fried. I'm back to that. Don't bother trying to salvage it. It's going to need a wholesale replacement, understood? No. Likely story. Yes, Chief. Alright then, both of you. Get to it. With that, the Chief launches herself off a nearby railing and towards the hangar entrance. Much like you had with the captain earlier, you watch as she disappears, relaxing slightly when she's outside. Listen, I'm listening. What is it? Please do elaborate. As you look around your surroundings, you see that Dalton has already made his way towards Hansa Juno, leaving you alone. You kick off the catwalk and begin to gently drift towards the hangar exit, taking one last look back at the hangar before you leave. Yeah, what is it? What is it? I like Chief. Completely understandable. Have a good day. Aside from the sounds of Dalton's exploratory tinkering on Hansen's Juno and the background hum of various air handling systems, the hangar was effectively silent. It's made the side of the previously hostile machine lifelessly positioned right in the middle of an old stranger. Still, the Chief seemed adamant that there was no chance it was going to be anywhere, and looking at it now you have reason to believe her. Time for patrol then. I guess. Can I talk to Dalton, please? Thank you. Hey, Dalton! You shout across the hangar as you shove off the railings towards him, hoping that by giving the cat as much notice as possible, you won't spook him. You probably are gonna spook him. Lieutenant, how can I help you, Lieutenant? Oh my god, Five Nights at Freddy's again. Damn, I'm the Freddy this time. You sigh inwardly. Although he wasn't alarmed or shocked, you could tell he was more nervous than usual. Nothing to worry about, Cadet. Just part of the patrol, making sure to check in on everyone. How are you doing? Oh, I'm doing alright, Lieutenant. Thank you. Are you sure? It didn't seem possible for Dalton to be more apprehensive, but looking at him now, you could see something eating away at him. Are you sure about that, Cadet? Well, in the span of half a sentence, Dalton goes from a bundle of nervous energy to totally deflated. Oh god, buddy. I don't want to be here anymore. Everything's gone wrong and it keeps getting worse and I have to be here alone with that thing and I'm scared. I don't want to be here anymore. Oh god, buddy. Oh god. Please, Dalton, it's okay. Do you need a hug? I don't want to be here anymore. Hey, Dalton, it's alright. Don't. Taking it back, you tentatively move towards the cat, raising your arm to lay a reassuring hand on his shoulder. Poor soul. Oh god, poor buddy. Dalton, it's okay. Dalton bats your hand away, simultaneously wiping his eyes with his sleeve, smearing tears across his face. No, I'm fine, Lieutenant. I was just sorry. I'm just a little bit distressed. It's been tough. I need to fix that. You're talking very fast, buddy. Someone roll him into a blanket, sushi roll, and comfort him. Stat, I'm on it. Dalton, it's gonna be okay. You move forward again, but before you can reach him, he spins, preparing to kick off the Juno towards the crates on the other side of the hangar. Let's buy Dalton chicken nuggies. He deserves them. Can I buy him some chocolate from the mess hall, please? No, Dalton, it's okay. Come on, I'm gonna comfort you. Anchoring yourself with one hand, you reach out with the other, grabbing the back of his jumpsuit a second before you can get away. No, Lieutenant, I've got to go and do I gotta... You strain for a moment against the force of his momentum, but your grip holds and you draw him back to you. Lieutenant, Dalton, it's alright. Having done nothing to stop himself, the force of you pulling Dalton back leaves him to slowly float into your chest. Wow, huggies! Come here, Dalton. It's gonna be okay. As Dalton floats limply in silence, you keep your grip on him, but don't say anything, not when to push him before he's ready. I'm sorry about that, Lieutenant. I didn't mean to get so worked up. It's just been a really stressful day and oh god, poor guy. Huggies, he needs so many huggies. I'm finding it a bit tough. You move back slightly, giving yourself enough space so that you can look at Dalton in the eyes. Or you would if he wasn't dejectedly avoiding eye contact. Oh god, he's adorbs. I love him so much. Little guy. Hey, Cadet, like I said, it's alright. This job's not easy at the best of times. It's fine to be stressed out. I know, but I really shouldn't be. Release your grip on his jumpsuit, laying the hand on his shoulder instead. Come on now, it's fine. You're right. It's been a really stressful day. We're all feeling the pressure right now, and there's nothing wrong with admitting that. If we're being honest, I'd be more worried about anyone on the ship who's not feeling the strain. But the chief, like the captain, trust me, Cadet, everyone is feeling it at the moment. Turning away from you to look at the strange machine amongst the massive foam at the other side of the hangar, the trainee engineer sighs despondently before looking back at you. How do you all deal with it? I don't think we're dealing with it. Listen, me personally, I'm high on painkillers. The captain is probably drinking. I don't know about the chief. She's probably nerding out somewhere to comfort herself. You can't help but smile at Dalton's question. I wish I could tell you. Oh. But hey, you move your hand from Dalton's shoulder, instead patting him reassuringly on the arm. You're doing good work. I know it's tough, but just focus on what you've got to focus on. Let's let us worry about the rest, okay? Thank you, Lieutenant. I'll do my best. That's all you can do, Cadet. Letting another deep sigh out, Dalton turns back to the engine module he'd been prepared to remove, grabbing onto a handle sticking out of an open maintenance hatch with one hand and rubbing his still teary eyes with the back of the other. Buddy! Oh, Chief is hugging her Dalton body pillow in her quarters. I like this new lore. I should really be. Of course, no problem. He's so cute. Adorable. Oh my god, let me look at things. You grip the railing and lean forward, shifting yourself into a position where you can view as much of the machine and the surrounding mass of rock-solid foam as possible. Just like the chief said, no sense of activity, no sense of life. Your grip tightens as you remember your encounter with it. Even though you'd not been the one piloting, being there while Hansen had fought tooth and nail just to stay alive had shown you how dangerous it was, how powerful. Despite being teamed up on by two highly skilled pilots in cutting-edge... Speaking is so hard. Cutting-edge machines, it had been far from a fair fight for the Junos. The fact that it had been almost unstoppable until suddenly deactivating had started to nag at you as you stared at it. Had it really been stopped? Or was there something else going on? Who knows? Can I look at the armored frames? Despite everything, both Junos are actually in pretty good condition, ignoring the burned-out engines on Hansen's at least. Heathers came away totally fine. Thinking about it, even the issues on Hansen's were caused by him pushing it way past the safety limits. Once again, Hansen doesn't know how to respect women. I guess it goes to show that, despite everything, those two are actually pretty good pilots. Damn. Can I do something to the thing? You vault over to the railings and kick off gently towards the strange machine, taking in every visible detail as you slowly float over it. Why are you looking at me like that, Kofi? Grabbing onto a protrusion from the massive foam, you redirect yourself, continuing to inspect the machine from a different perspective. He do be a problem. He truly is a problem. Damn. You calmly and methodically repeat this process a few times more before returning to the catwalk near the hangar entrance. Like the chief said, no sign of any sort of hatch or cockpit. This thing may be powerful, but there's no way a pilot would be able to break through all this. I don't know if I want to look at anything else over here, so let's just move on. Where shall we go? I want to go say hi to Dylan. Give him men to calm down. Yes. Do we think Dylan would be interested? I mean, I'm not giving Dalton to Hansen, so Dylan is really our only option. I guess. Or 50,000 volts, your choice. I like the volts better. I think those might those might help. Hey Dylan, you in here? You'd been ordered to carry out a security patrol by the captain, and with you being up to speed what was going on in the hangar, that meant fire control was your next stop. As you step into the small room, you're surprised as Dylan turns around immediately. Oh, you seem a little angry. Hey Lieutenant, did they send you to check up on me? Just a standard security patrol, these. How's it all going? The normally placid warrant officer rolls his eyes, theatrically slumping down back in his chair and gestured to the monitors all around him with visible frustration. Oh, you know, great. I've been ordered to remain on high alert, but the issue with the long-range targeting system is even worse than before, so I can't actually do anything unless we've got a target in visual range. Which means I've got to keep looking at every one of these screens all the time and nothing else. So, you know, living the dream. Oh man, this sucks to have to actually do your job. What's wrong with the long-range system? As if I know. Same thing as before, just worse. That's how the enemy got the drop on us. We didn't know they were there until they were right on top of us. Really a cruel and unusual fate, you know, to have to actually work. I totally understand. Otherwise, I might have been able to get some shots in from the main guns. Might have been able to do something against that machine at least. Not like the point defense cannons were any use. I swear I almost got it so many times. I moved faster than the cannons could, and even when I tried to leave the target, it was too erratic to figure out where it'd be. Ugh. With a groan, Dylan slides further into his chair and kicks off the floor, sending the chair spinning in a slow circle. As he rotates, he glances over all the monitors before turning back to you. That seems like a very effective way to work. But yeah, anyway, long-range targeting system's almost completely useless right now. It's been fuzzy since this morning, but it got way worse when that thing showed up. I've tried to ask the chief to take a look at it, but she's still busy with the engines and everything else going on, so like... gamer rage. Very mild gamer rage. He looks over the top of his glasses at you and shrugs. It is what it is, you know. Dylan makes another rotation, this time gently brushing his hand over the targeting system controls, shifting their focus slightly as he rotates past them. Gamer asking for... You're so right. We're gonna ship this. So what's up with you, Lieutenant? Got pretty gnarly out there, huh? You alright? You take a moment to rub your neck. You notice it was beginning to stiffen and the pain was creeping in around the edges. Hopefully whatever the doctor had given you would hold out for a few more hours. We could go ask the doctor for more painkillers, I guess. I'm already addicted. They gave me one shot and I'm like, more! More! Yeah, not too bad, Deez. Thanks for asking. That's good, yeah. I could see Hansen Struno through the cameras. Pulled some pretty sick maneuvers. You must have been really hanging in there. You think back to how you'd been thrown around the cockpit by some of Hansen's stunts. The experience of clinging onto the temporary passenger seat wasn't one you wanted to relive soon. There we go. Hansen definitely seems like someone who speaks a big game but gets nervous when it's time. Absolutely. You're so correct about that. That man is a bottom. I said what I said. You're not wrong. Things got pretty wild out there. I'm just glad we made it back in one piece. Yeah, I'm, You're so right. I'm absolutely right. Sorry I couldn't do more to help you out with the gun dog's weapons, you know? Just, everything was way too slow. You smile and wave your hand subtly to dismiss Dylan's concern. Don't worry about it, Deez. We couldn't do much against it either. I don't think there's anything on board that could have taken that thing out. Spit your throat. For a very short moment, I considered spitting, but that would be really nasty. Like actually spitting. Yeah, you might be right, huh? And hello, Lucia. Welcome. Welcome in. How are you doing? A silence hangs between the two of you, and you're about to make your excuse to leave before Dylan leans forward in his seat, looking you dead in the eyes and speaks in a hushed tone. Not that kind of ASMR streamer. Absolutely not. So like, what is that thing, Lieutenant? What happened on the O'Brien? Is it Martian? Terran? What's the deal? Have we got the pilot yet? No. Wow. Oh, that's such a cute emote. I can't talk really well today. You place your hands on your hips before shifting your weight onto the one foot and crossing your arms instead. Whilst exhaling deeply, you break the eye contact and look around the room at the monitors, finally looking back to Dylan, who sits there staring at you expectantly. Mispronouncing so many words. Interesting. Your hat is on though. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Maybe there's a pole. The brain cells are escaping. Honestly, I've got no idea. All I know is that it blew the O'Brien to pieces in the game for the gun dog, and nothing we got seems to have been able to scratch it. I think my brain is shutting down. I think that's the issue. Dylan lets out a loud sigh, making his frustration obvious. Ugh, great. Okay. Well, thanks anyway, Lieutenant. Guess I better get back to these monitors in case another one comes looking for his friend. Sure, I'll check in on you later, Deez. With that, Dylan turns back to the walls of monitors and you watch him begin to idly prod the controls, adjusting and shifting views on some screens and altering the focus on others. I really need water. I have just a little bit left. Let's hope this saves me. Whoa. Oh my god, that was an intense sip. Here we go. Wow, 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 wow. Do we look at anything? Same old massive readouts and views of various points outside the ship. Doesn't say the long-range targeting system is out of action. I guess some of these displays do look fuzzier than others. I don't think I'm gonna look at the rest of it. I kind of want to go to the sick bay to get more painkillers. But maybe let's look at these things first. Before you even head into the mess hall, the aroma of machine-made coffee and pancakes wafts down the foresight thoroughfare and your stomach growls out audibly. Oh my god, it's just like in real life. To be fair, looking at monitors doesn't exactly prevent you from listening to music. but it's that thing, you know, sometimes your music is too loud so you feel like you can't see properly. And you have to turn the music down to be able to actually witness things. Me parking car, be like, yeah, exactly. You hadn't realized how hungry you were until now, but with the scent of rich food in the air, your body begins to let you know in no uncertain terms that you are ravenous. Oh hey, Haru. Hi. I hope Hansen hasn't been talking shit about me. He probably has been. As you step inside, you see Ensign Romney leaning back lazily in their chair, slowly picking their way through a stack of syrup-covered pancakes, fork in one hand, cup of coffee in the other. God, the glasses are so good, though. They acknowledge you by looking over to the doorway and raising their cup of coffee slightly before returning to their meal. Okay, you don't seem actively hostile against me, at least. Before you can say anything, your stomach growls loudly again. A smirk appears on the pilot's face briefly, but is quickly dismissed as they go to take another mouthful of pancake. As they carry on eating, you decide to leave them to it for the time being and head into the room to take a look at the available options. Wow, no sharing. Yeah, what the hell? Just give me one bite off your plate, please. Was gonna offer to feed you. Oh my god. Oh my god. But for some reason didn't. Fucked up. What options do we have? Approaching the machine, you look over the list of menu options. You've been surprised when you first got on board that the choices were just as extensive as the machines on much larger ships you'd be stationed on. The problem with this was that all the choices made it difficult to decide on what you wanted to eat. You spend a minute or two going back and forth over the various menu options before narrowing it down to hamburger, tacos, or pancakes. Oh my god, made the wrong QT choices. Fuck, you're so right. I'm kind of drawn to the pancakes, to be honest. Although hamburger also sounds good. Maybe not the tacos. I'm not a big taco person. Pancakes, though. You select the option that will give you an identical stack of pancakes to the one Haru's eating, and the machine begins to make a series of loud mechanical noises. After a few moments, the hatch opens and a plate with a steaming stack of pancakes covered in syrup slides out. Taco pancake, now that would be good. Salty pancakes are actually very good when you put like filling and stuff in them. I don't know why that word made my brain lag. You take the plate from the machine and head to the table to sit down. You assume that Haru's silence means they're not interested in conversation and decide to respect that by not saying anything. No, I'm not chat with Haru or burrito. Oh, burrito would be good. It's just about the tacos, you know, they have the hard shell that I don't like. I like the softer type better. As you begin cutting into the first pancake, you notice Haru look across to you after taking a slow, leisurely sip of coffee. Thanks for making me hungry. Oh god, I'm sorry. You can be hungry with me, but my snack didn't really help a whole lot. Hey, Lieutenant. You've just taken your first mouthful as the ensign points their fork at you. French tacos have softer shells, they do. Oh. I mean, they do that, like, soft shell tacos, but... Arepa yummy too? Smaller burrito. Oh, that does sound good. Oh man, I'm really hungry now. Oh man, I'm planning to make a very nice meal after the stream. I got chicken nuggets. I got these potato things. I don't know what the English term for them are. They're like, I don't know how to describe. Also, oven roasted vegetables. Those will be very good. Oh my god, nuggies. Yeah, the nuggets are definitely the highlight of the meal. Please share. Okay, I will. I have a good amount of them in the freezer. You're just taking your first mouthful as the ensign points their fork at you. I read that already. Solid choice. I could eat a horse. Oh no, not the Umas. Sid, give me. Oh my god, you are very hungry. Thank you for the 30 bits, by the way. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I guess we're all gonna have to eat my nuggets. Damn, I'm not gonna have any left, but it's okay. It's okay. We can have a chicken nugget party. You know they do the same before returning to their own half-eaten stack. Due to your hunger, you consume the pancakes ferociously, with it only taking you a few minutes to consume the entire stack. You notice that although you managed to wolf down the whole plateful, Haru had barely made any progress on the remaining half a stack. Feeling a little bit self-aware of your gluttony, you stand up quickly and return to plate to the meal vendor. As the plate is taken back into the machines, you exhale deeply, a feeling of contentedness and satisfaction spreads through you, taking the edge off your exhaustion. Damn. Can I use the vending machine? Look at the vending machine, consider the available stacks. Thought of a chocolate bar seems appealing, and you take your ID card out of your pocket, slide into the machine's card slot and key in your selection. I can talk really well. One of the coils spins slowly, and your bar is eventually ejected, landing at the bottom of the machine near the access hatch. Thank you for the chocolate. I'll save this for later. I'm hoping to give it to Cassie, perhaps. I really need to get some water. I just ran out. My throat feels odd. I will be back in literally like 30 seconds. Don't time me, but I will be back. Give me a moment. There we go, we're back. Take time, but I hope it didn't take too long. I had to take a moment to cough very aggressively. Cassie's entire diet is just chocolate bars, pretty much. Pretty much. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, me on my most stressed days be like, me too. I mean, not these days, but before. What? Welcome back. Thank you. I guess I'll talk to Haru. If Haru wants to talk to me, I don't know. Although Haru's keeping to themselves right now, you felt that with things the way they were on board the ship, it'd be good to check in with everyone. You pull up a seat next to the pilot, who gives you a flicker of recognition before continuing to slowly pick at their pancakes. They just really don't want to talk to me. Ensign Ramney, how are you doing? Probably better than you after that landing, Maris. Didn't think I'd be seeing you out of the sickbay so soon. I am so high on painkillers, Haru. No one should hear what I ate yesterday. What is it? You're making me morbidly curious. It better not be sardines. Yeah, well, I was lucky that... So, is Hansen out too? Oh, no, he's still being seen by the doctor. When I left, he was taking him into the surgery wing. Something about artificial ossification. What's ossification? Scary. Damn, how do you manage to go and break something that seriously whilst you're up and about without a scratch? I don't know. What? Hold on. Hiccup? Maybe? No? Okay. Well, next time you see him, make sure you give him the thanks he deserves for getting you out of that situation alive. If it wasn't for his piloting, the whole ship would be space dust right now. Well, listen. Let's fine. I guess I can give him a little bit of credit. You roll your eyes and cross your arms. You know they're not wrong, but the thought of actively thanking Hansen for something... Exactly. Yeah, I'll let him know. Although, I did want to say, thanks for your help out there. Nah, only biscuits. Sardines would have been fine. I think biscuits is a much, much more valid meal than sardines. I don't think we'd have made it without you. Whatever, Lieutenant. Hansen could have got out of that situation fine on his own. He just wanted to give me the chance to have some fun. Why are you such a Hansen glazer? Come on now, Haru. You can do so much better. No way something like that could have taken him down. Well, still. Thanks. Haru takes another sip of coffee and cuts another slither of pancake, leaving a silence to hang between the two of you. After a few moments, you stand up, step away from the table, and push the seat you'd been sitting in back. You didn't see the potential for much more conversation. Probably not. Blink twice if he's blackmailing you. Oh my god, you're so right. Obsessed by the wrong person. Absolutely. What the fuck is wrong with you? As you walk away, you hear Haru scoot their chair back. Hey, Lieutenant. Oh my god, you're so cool. No problem. That's such a good animation. You smile and give them a nod before turning back. My god. I guess they have so much riz that they had to like give them a one fault, just like one absolute character flaw, and that is liking Hansen. Anyway, anything else I can look at? Perhaps no. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go have a look at the quarters. I don't remember whose quarters. My quarters. Can I take a nap? Please, I need it. Maybe just a few seconds of sitting down. Hello. Oh no, did you actually fall asleep? No, come on, I got a patrol to finish. Very true to life. Can I play some Tetris on my computer? The ultimate aura farmer, truly. You quickly cycle through the various systems on your terminal, checking that everything's working as normal. As far as you can tell, it is. That is, until you enter your credentials to check your electronic mail. Ah, jeez, what's going on? Uh-oh. Uh-oh, I got a virus. You try selecting various functions, but nothing responds. In a panic, you mash the keyboard, but nothing works. That's me at work. Then, as unexpectedly as it had started, the noise ends. What was that all about? You make a few more experimental choices and everything seems to be working as normal again. Well, I guess that's something to ask the chief about. Oh. Okay, I guess I'm not gonna look any more over there. Go to the other corridor. That's where the important things are. It was me, my bad. What did you do to my computer? Munched on the cables. Aw, damn it, not again. I hope they were tasty at least. After you input the passcode to Cassie's quarters into the terminal outside of her quarters, what? After you input the passcode to Cassie's quarters into the terminal outside of her quarters, the door slides open smoothly and you step inside. I think you could have left out one of those quarters. Yummy vaults. Oh god, your training arc. Her room just gets me every time. You quickly glance around the room. You see that Cassie's in here, meaning she's likely still in the sickbay. She's in the sickbay with Hansen. Fuck. We gotta go there. Can I use her computer? You look across to the terminal and notice that underneath everything it's active. That's weird. Cassie's not been discharged from the sickbay, so she couldn't have come here to access the terminal. Besides, no one else aside from the captain and me have access to her quarters. Is that ketchup on her computer? You know what? It just might be. Why not, I guess. As you take a closer look, you can see that both her emails and personal logs are open. Break up! No! Said ketchup is fine. You're just insane. Why would these be open? I don't know. With a few commands input on the keyboard, you close down the active session and shut the terminal down. Interesting. Can I nap on Cassie's bed? As if I got time for a break right now. Besides, the next time I'm in this bed, I want Cassie to be in it too. Oh, okay. Okay. I'm sorry, Sid. I like ketchup. Yeah, ketchup's fine. Nothing wrong with it. Whoa. My god. Anyway. Guess we should go check out on Cassie, huh? Can I go to the captain's quarters? You approach the captain's door with a sense of trepidation. You haven't finished your patrol, but for some reason you find yourself drawn to her quarters. You aren't entirely sure why you've come here. Maybe despite everything you know about the captain, you're looking for a figure of authority to reassure you about the Gundock situation. Although you have your doubts, the captain's laconic ways and swift decisions give you the impression that there's more capability to her than she's letting on. Maybe you come here to talk with the captain to reassure yourself if that's the case. Or maybe it's that you can't resist the chance to bring up the contents of the report that you write in her quarters. That's also possible. As you consider your intentions, you reach out and knock briskly on the door. Wait a few seconds and eventually you hear the muffled voice of the captain within. Enter. You press the button on the terminal next to the door and it slides open, allowing you to step inside. She still hasn't removed the bottle. Even though she heard me coming in. As you enter, you take a deep breath of air in preparation for the malodor you encountered the last time you'd been in this room. Fortunately for your nose and your lungs, the reactivation of the Gundog's life support systems included the air scrubbers. Although the quarters had smelled unpleasant the last time you were here, it wasn't due to anything that stuck around, so now the atmosphere had the same familiar sterile scent as everywhere else. You do your best to exhale slowly and subtly as you approach the captain, no longer needing the reserve of clean corridor air to bear the smell of the quarters. Ah, Lieutenant. You stand to attention as the captain acknowledges you, although she doesn't give you her full attention. Instead, she continues to type something into her terminal. I take it you finished your patrol? She strikes the final key and you hear the mechanical repetition of a printer from somewhere on the far side of the desk. No, not yet, ma'am. The captain remains silent as she leans across to one side of the desk and you hear the tearing of perforated paper. You continue to watch as she comes away with a series of pages, all connected but which fold at regular intervals where they have been neatly punctured with rows of small pinprick-like holes. She officially concertinas the pages together. That sure is a word choice. And then places them into a drawer on the other side of the desk, which you recognize as the one you'd obtained the emergency input codes from. Why not accordions? Why concertinas? Why specifically concertinas? With an exaggerated click, she locks the drawer, finally turning her full attention to you. Is there an immediate issue, Lieutenant Maris? What do you make of that craft? I know we've just discussed it in the hangar, but what do you make of that craft? Accordions for the big papers, I don't know. I guess that would make sense still. I would like to have a chat with the writer of this game, please. Do you think it's Terran or Martian or... I can't say anything about that machine for certain, Lieutenant. You feel yourself deflate slightly. It appears your desire for clarity, answers, or reassurance would go unsatisfied. Beyond what we know about it from our engagement and what you and Chief Engineer Cathays have been able to advise, I have no additional information that might elucidate the matter. To be frank, my main concern is not what that thing is, where it came from, or why it's here, but simply how quickly we can get it to Europa Colony and out of the hangar. I'm sure you're of the same mind as me on this, Lieutenant. Yes, ma'am. Very good. Is there anything else I can help with? I really want to ask you about the report, but I don't feel like that's a good idea. I kind of want to. Should I? I could blackmail her into doing what? I don't know, but I could. Pizza acquired? Oh my god, can you please share? I want some pizza. It always seems coming. You're right, I could. It takes you a moment to work up the confidence to ask the question. As the captain gazes at you idly, eventually you decide the best approach is simply to be as direct as possible. I will share if you're nice. Okay, I will behave. What kind of pizza is it though? This is actually an important question. I read the report, Captain. Report, Lieutenant? You draw a deep breath. You'd come this far. There was no sense in turning back now. 4 cheeses. Oh, that sounds very tasty. I will have to be on my best behavior so I can get a slice. The report in your desk, ma'am. It was in there alongside the access codes. The captain looks deep in thought, trying to understand what you're talking about when... The captain's expression takes you completely by surprise. Her normal look of lazy indifference instead replaced by a savage glare. You feel a chill down your back as the temperature of the whole room drops. Uh-oh. I'm sorry, Sid. You don't like ketchup. Are we putting ketchup on the pizza? To avoid Sid getting to it? What were you doing reading that report? Well, you know... The captain asked through clenched teeth. Well, what were you doing? Being passed out drunk during an emergency, huh? What about that one? No, I just want to bully Sid a bit. Oh man, evil Clofiera is back again. My red flag, I guess. Yeah, you gotta have that one red flag. Wow, we'll share it, Sid. Oh, so kind. Hell yeah, we can all share. It was in amongst the access codes and fell out. You had no business reading it. With respect, Captain, that report... That report, Lieutenant Maris, is not just restricted, it is personal and has nothing to do with you. I think it has a lot to do with me, actually. This assertion from the captain strikes you like a slap to the face and you feel an intense anger flow through you. Nothing to do with you. With respect, Captain. That report has everything to do with me. I was part of the colleague's armored frame flight and so was Hansen. Whoa. You see the captain's brow furrow as she continues to glare at you. Eventually, she stands up from her chair and walks to the far side of her quarters. The captain's silence drags on, unbearable now that you're finally at this moment. I just want to know why, Captain. What happened? Why did you send those ships forward? Thank you, ma'am. I owe you a debt now. Oh my god. Kofi. Oh my god. You get a favor. Lieutenant, we've all made mistakes. The use of the word mistakes makes you want to scream. As if that could explain what you've done. The phrasing makes you inarticulate with rage as you try to interject, but find yourself lost for words. Now, you have a patrol that needs to be completed. Unless you want to make a mistake of your own right now, I recommend you leave my quarters and carry on with it. Well, now is not the time, Lieutenant. Captain! Dismissed, Lieutenant! Your fists clenched and mind racing, you stand in silence with the captain meeting your glare with a cold and composed stare. Despite the rage you feel churning through your entire body, you find yourself barely able to move, let alone respond. With an exasperated yell, you turn away from the captain and head to the door. Item! Fuck! Fuck! I was not paying attention. Was there an item thing I could have done? Damn. Could I have... Sorry, oh, there wasn't. Damn. Damn. I wish there had been. With an exasperated yell, you turn away from the captain and head to the door, pressing a button on the nearby terminal and stepping out into the corridor. we could have shot the captain. I would have not shot the captain. That seems like a terrible idea. You turn back just as the door closes. The captain's cool glaze still locked on you. Well, now may not be the time you decide, but soon. You storm out of the corridor into the foresight thoroughfare, barely holding on to your anger. Despite the coolness of the empty thoroughfare, you still feel flushed with rage and lash out at the nearest wall. Oh god, buddy. Please deal with your anger issues. Taking some deep breaths, you eventually begin to calm down and rest your forearms and head against the cool steel of the wall, exhaling deeply. Well, to swallow your anger, determined that the captain won't be able to dodge your question for long. Damn. But we are a little bit over the 2-hour mark, so I fear I am gonna have to go get some food. I'll just save on that. I guess. I'm sure Cass can help you defresher. Yes, I will be doing that off screen. Out of view. I'm kidding. I'm saving again just because I'm not sure if I actually saved. There we go. There we go. Let me go over here so I can close my game. There we go. Considering how Sid is well behaved, it won't be so easy for him to gaslight you. Sid, please don't do that. Are you? Who knows? Who knows? But thank you very much for watching today. I feel like we read a lot. Wow. What? What? I'm gonna drink some water real quick. Like, let's be honest, you couldn't trust what I say. True. Well, here we go. You've gaslighted me too many times. I lie all the time. Yes, Sid is too trustworthy. I would never survive if Sid wanted to gaslight me. Oh man. Oh man, did this to myself, really? Yeah, the what's that story? The boy who cried wolf? Surely that. Oh no! Coffee! Cloufy! My hat! For fuck's sake. I do lie, but only when it's obvious, that's least. I mean, true. You are also just incapable of lying without telling that you're lying. So maybe you couldn't gaslight me, actually. Top 10 ways to waste cheese shells. My god. My hat. I'm gonna have to end the stream hatless. What the hell? Use them right before the stream ends. Yeah, exactly. But what if this means my brain cells are gone forever? What if they don't return? We'll never know. It'll be off screen. Oh my god. I can be a bad boy too. Hold on. I didn't even see that message. Do we believe this? So true. Oh god, I'm worried now. But I'm sure I had something to say before I end the stream. Gone forever. Yeah, absolutely. This is fucked up. I'll post a schedule tomorrow for next week. Next week might have some slightly different days because Thursday is Tomodachi Life Day, and I will not be streaming that, I don't think. I will be spending all of Thursday playing that, so I will not be streaming. So I might stream on Wednesday instead or something. Blah, blah, blah. I did enjoy dinner, thank you. And thank you everyone for watching. But yeah, I'll post a schedule at some point tomorrow, whenever I remember. But for now, thank you very much for watching. It was a good time as always. I will probably see you on Tuesday. But for now, bye bye.